Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
Hi, I'm Jay Fallon. Thanks for listening to The Slippery Slope. So, the breaking news is that Joe Biden is not going to be the presidential candidate for the next United States election. He's not going to be the next Democratic candidate. He's pulled out of the race. I'm a little surprised that it's happened this way. I thought he was going to be getting pushed out. It was going to be a little more bloody, if you want to put it that way. He'd have to be forced out. But I thought he would be forced out, and it'd be just a bit more pressure applied and go on a little longer. But obviously, something else has happened in the background. I do think that former President Obama has had a hand in this, and I still do think that this has been his third term, and that whoever else is going in, well, this is just looking at a fourth term for Obama. That's what I think. Let's just go through this article, and see what they're saying. This morning coming up, my phone's going off, and I'm like, what is going on? This is what's going on. Joe Biden, big news. Okay, so how did the Democrats replace Joe Biden as their presidential candidate in the U.S. election? It's funny they ask these questions as if they haven't already got something in mind. You almost guaranteed that Obama's behind the scenes pulling the strings, and he's already got one, two, three different contingencies in place for this very scenario. Joe Biden's withdrawal from the U.S. presidential race has left Democrats in a precarious and chaotic position. Yeah, I don't think so. In just a few weeks at the party's national convention in Chicago, they were set to formalize him as their nominee for the November election. It should have been straightforward, as Biden had secured a vast majority of party delegates to back him to run for a second term. Those plans have been thrown into disarray, with the president pulling out of the race following weeks of scrutiny and pressure from his halting debate performance against Trump in June. Biden had 3,896, that's a lot, pledged delegates of the nearly 4,000 available. By leaving the race, Biden has released all the pledged delegates he'd accumulated during the primary process earlier this year. They are now free to choose a candidate. He's endorsed Kamala Harris. There's a lot of people that don't like Kamala Harris. They don't like the baggage. They don't like the fact that she was, running for the last election. She pulled out. They don't like some of the baggage of her political career that she's had so far. They do want someone new. Further down, it talks about who else they could possibly have. They talk about other governors that are in the mix. They've got here the delegates tend to be senior Democratic Party leaders. The entry into the ballot gives candidates 700 more opportunities to build a majority, and because they tend to be influential voices within the party, they can also help sway the original batch of delegates. There are plenty of names that have been in the mix. Democratic governors like Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan, Gavin Newsom from California, the Illinois billionaire J.B. Pritzker, and Kentucky's Andy Beshear have all been mentioned. Okay. I have said it before, and I think it's very likely, very high likelihood that Gavin Newsom will be the one who'll be put up there. He'll be the next candidate. However, a couple of different scenarios. I think I've probably got three scenarios which I think is a possibility. I'm really leaning towards Newsom, and who knows as the VP. My second choice, if I was a betting man, I would say Kamala and Newsom as the VP. Okay, if it was Newsom as president, I don't think it would be Kamala, and I don't think she wouldn't stand for that, for being a VP for a second person, for a second man. However, a third possibility, and I only thought of this because I think someone made a comment on a previous post I put up. I can't remember who. I couldn't see the post again, but they had said, "What if two black women?" And I should say black because I'm not sure Kamala's history. I thought she was Indian and Puerto Rican or something. Anyway, it's hard. I don't like this racial politics kind of rubbish that they go with over in the States, and we do a bit here as well. But, like the color of your skin makes you a better candidate or whatever, makes your politics better. But it wouldn't surprise me. What if, as a third possibility, they put forward the Democratic Party, put forward Kamala Harris as the presidential candidate and Michelle Obama as the vice president, the VP candidate? Imagine them two women, and this would fit right into the Democrats' narrative. Two black women running against two white men, especially when they'd be pushing the misogynistic narrative. Look at Donald Trump. Look at all the rubbish things he's said in the past. Look at Vance, some of the things he said in the past. And these two, these two black women, they can lead the way for everyone. So that would be the third option. But yeah, I still think the Democratic Party will, first off, I think it's more likely they'll go for Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom, who knows what the VP will be. Second one would be Kamala Harris as the candidate with Gavin Newsom as VP. Third one, the outside. Wouldn't it be funny if they did Kamala Harris and Michelle Obama? Let me know what you think. I think it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I'd love to know how they actually got through to Biden and convinced him that he needed to pull out. What was said? What did Obama say when he went around, knocked on the door late at night and said, "Hey, Smokey Joe, we've got to have a little chat, bro. I've got to tell you a few home truths. This is what's got to happen." Or do you reckon he actually spoke to Joe, or did he, let's be honest, let's just go around and talk to Jill? Went around, talked to the actual coherent person, the one who actually can listen and understand. Say, "Jill, the gig's up. Smokey Joe's got to go." What do you reckon happened? That's just my opinion anyway. Those three different options. Let me know what you think. It's going to be interesting. I'm Jay Fallon. As always, please like and share if you haven't already. If you don't know, you can check out my music at J Fallon on Spotify. Check out my music there on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. Let me know what you think. I'm Jay Fallon. Thanks for listening to The Slippery Slope.
And say it isn't real, and please don't go away. Just give me one more day. What if I could? What if I could turn back time? I'd make you smile again. And if I could unbreak your heart, and we could start again. What if I could? What if I could turn back time? I'd make you smile again. And if I could unbreak your heart, and we could start again. We could start again. We could start again. We could start again.